Alright, this set of notes is going to be about triangles. And specifically, we're going to answer the question, how do we classify triangles? All right, now, there's two ways to classify triangles. We could do it by angles or by sides. First, we'll look at by angles. All right, by angles. There are three different ways to do this, but first I want to take a couple notes here. One is our different types of angles. We have acute angle, which an angle that measures between 0 and 90 degrees. We have a right angle, which is an angle that measures 90 degrees. And then we have an obtuse angle, and an obtuse angle measures between 90 and 180 degrees. Right. We also have a straight angle, which measures 180 degrees. Of course, a straight angle isn't found in a triangle, right? You can't have a straight angle in a triangle. That wouldn't make any sense. So, the note I wanted to make about this is that every triangle has at least two acute angles. And every triangle has at least two acute angles. So star, star. So, if the third angle is acute, then we have an acute triangle. All right? So it might look something like this, where it has an acute, all the angles are acute. On the other hand, if the third angle is right, we have a right triangle. In this case, it would look like this. There's our, and here we have acute angles here and here, and this is a right angle. So two acute angles and a right angle. If, on the other hand, the third angle is obtuse, we have an obtuse triangle. So that might look something like this. And here we have acute angles here and here, and an obtuse angle here. All right, now, as a final note here, in an acute triangle, there's a little bit of a Pythagorean theorem thing going on here. It turns out that a squared plus b squared is always greater than c squared, where c is the longest side. So a, b, c. Of course, a squared plus b squared would always be greater than c squared, no matter what side you picked, I guess, as c. In a right triangle, as we know, the Pythagorean theorem is that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where we've got a and b and c. And then in an obtuse triangle, if you're not sure where this is headed, but you can probably guess, the Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared is less than c squared, where we have a and b and c. So even though we are classifying these triangles according to angles, there happens to be something true about the sides that goes along with those angle classifications. So next we're going to look at classifying triangles according to sides.